What it takes to be a good entrepreneur. Adam Marchick, born and raised in Palo Alto, California, former investor and current CEO of Kahuna, tells his story and shares the guiding light of his career with us.
We're really trying to capture all the fun and memories as we go. So this is kind of our wall of fame. That was our first conference where what was so fun is we're a nerdy enterprise software company, but because we had Hawaiian shirts on, everyone wanted to talk to us because we weren't wearing a suit.
I'm here with Adam Marchick at Kahuna office, and this is an incredible place. Let's take a look around at this office. Like, you have a lot of books and food and empty bottles.
We really celebrate when someone goes above and beyond. And the way we do it is kind of the bottle of glory.
The bottle of glory.
So we usually find a picture and we put it on a bottle, and that is their trophy that they can have with pride.
Yeah, and I can see a lot of bottles around here, so probably there are a lot of victories that you're celebrating. This is good.
It's fun. The whole guiding light for my career has been, if it sounds awesome, I want to do it. I come from a family of entrepreneurs, and so I knew early on I wouldn't be a pro baseball player, so I probably should be a software developer.
Yes.
And so I started working in a really interesting time in 1998.
Good.
And the first startup I worked for had a $3 billion IPO.
Wow, good
and
experience.
I was hooked. Last year I said, what do I want to do with the next 10 years of my life?
Aren't you hooked on this question? It really requires to put some thought on it. We advise you to take some time off and carefully listen to your motivations in order to discover what will drive the next years of your life.
And it was really build an amazing company. And actually with that, Jacob came into the picture and the rest was history.
And for how long you've been business partners?
A little under 2 years.
Great, and for how long did you know before each other?
About a month before, really.
Wow, only a month before?
And it was kind of love at first sight.
Yeah, I've been listening this a lot. Startups are like relationships.
Yeah.
You have to, you start dating your co-founder, your investor, and then you see if you get married or not.
Yeah.
It's more or less
very
like
true.
this. Well, since you've been an investor and now you're running your own company, what skills did you learn as an investor that you believe are helping you now?
I think one of the best lines I actually heard from John Jarvie, who was at Menlo Ventures, is the quote that you can't fix market.
Mm-hmm.
If the market size is small,
it is small.
No matter what product is, it's really hard to grow.
Yes.
And you think about some of the big companies, for example, Twitter and Uber, they're tackling big ideas. And so one of the best things I learned from being an investor that helped here is that whatever I was going to do, I wanted to be a big problem in a huge market. To really be a great entrepreneur, you have to understand lots of different constituents and come up with a solution after listening. I've been really lucky that whenever I was close to failure, I kind of put my head down and worked my way out.
Great.
But I think one of the things is I feel like I have many failures every week. I think the whole point is to put yourself in challenging environments and come close to failure, but then know that you can pull yourself out.
This is great. And how do you realize that you were almost there?
Usually negative feedback. They'll let you know. If there's a problem, either the market or your employees or your boss will let you know. Someone will let you know.
Okay.
As long as you're listening.
Yes. So simple and still so effective. Listening is part of the process of learning and might prevent you from failing miserably. Don't forget to filter what it applies to you, of course, but unplug your ears and carefully listen to your market, your customers, and your investors. And yes, subscribe and stay tuned on StartupTV to watch and listen to other great stories from the startup world.